It's, I'm sorry, it's Monday. And I have been dealing with a respiratory whatever for about 3 weeks now. And I get to go back to work today. Now, I worked a little bit the second week. I worked a couple of days last week. But my brain just went off on the, oh, you're late. Oh, you've forgotten how to do everything. Oh, yeah. Like I had nightmares all night last night. And I'm just like, really? Really? I've been doing this job for 20 years. And we're late. It's 10:15 and I'm supposed to be there at 9. No, we open at 10. My brain has just lost it. So, all right. We are almost finished with the introduction. We are on part 4 of the introduction, and we are in the chapter that says how to use it. And there are no sections in this one. It's just a straight, through. So we'll see. I'm going to read it, and we'll see how far I get. And if I end up dividing it in half, then we'll divide it in half. So, all right. How to use it from the Science of Mind text. One of the great difficulties in the new order of thought is that we are likely to indulge in too much theory and too little practice. As a matter of fact, we only know as much as we can prove by actual demonstration. That which we cannot prove may or may not be true, but that which we can prove certainly must be and is the truth. Of course, the theory of any scientific principle goes beyond its application. At any stage of the unfoldment of that principle and the evolution of its accomplishments. If this were not true, there would be no progress in any science. The sciences are objectively real to us only insofar as we demonstrate them. And until demonstrated, they are suppositional. So far as practical results are concerned. If there is any field of research where the practical application is necessary, it is in the metaphysical field. The reason being that the principles of metaphysics seem less tangible to the average person than does the principle of other sciences. As a matter of fact, all principles are as intangible, but the world at large has not yet come to consider the principle of mental practice in the same light that it considers others given principles of life and action. Its apparent intangibility is lessened whenever and wherever anyone actually demonstrates the supremacy of spiritual thought force over apparent material resistance. It is easy enough to rush about shouting that there are no sick people, but this will never heal those who appear to be sick. It is easy to proclaim that there are no needy. Anyone can say this, whether they be wise or otherwise. But if we are to prove such statements to be facts in our experience, we shall be compelled to do more than announce a principle, no matter how true it may be. There is no doubt about the immutability and the availability of the law. The law is infinite. It is right where we happen to be at any given time. It occupies all space, fills every form with differentiations of itself. The law also flows through us because it flows through everything, and since we exist, it must be in and through us. This is the crux of the whole matter. Infinite and immutable as the law is, ever present and available as it must be, the potential possibility of all human probability, it must flow through us in order to manifest for us. It has been proved that by thinking correctly and by conscious mental use of the law of mind, we can cause it to do definite things for us, through us. By conscious thinking, we give conscious direction to it, and it, consciously or unconsciously, responds to our advance along the line of our conscious or subjective direction. It must and will respond to everyone because it is law, and law is no respecter of persons. We are surrounded by an intelligent force and substance from which all things come, and the ultimate essence in the invisible and subjective world of all visible and objective forms and conditions. It is around us in its original state, ready and willing to take form through the impulse of our creative belief. It works for us by flowing through us. This law we did not create. This law we cannot change. We can use it correctly only as we understand and use it according to its nature. Hence, it follows that if we believe that it will not work, it really works by appearing to not work. When we believe that it cannot and will not, then, according to principle, it does not. But when it does not, it still does, only it does according to our belief that it will not. This is our own punishment through the law of cause and effect. We do not enter in because of our doubts and fears. It is not a punishment imposed upon us by the great Spirit of God, but an automatic result of failing constructively to use the law of God. God does not punish the mathematician who fails to obtain the right answer to their problem. The thought of an unsolved problem does punish them until they apply the right principle and thus secures the desired result. Thus, sin and punishment, righteous and salvation, are logical reactions of the universe to the life of an individual. When we are dealing with real life, with thoughts, impulses, emotions, etc., we are dealing with causation, with original cause, and we should be most careful how we deal with such powers and forces. In dealing with this subtle power of mind and spirit, we are dealing with a fluent force. It is forever taking form and forever deserting the form which it has taken. Thus, a practitioner of this science should not be confused over any given form, but should know that any form which is not of the original harmony is subject to change. The original spirit is harmony. It is beauty and truth, and everything that goes with ultimate reality. The universe is not divided against itself. We should learn to control our thought processes and bring them into line with reality. Thought should tend more and more towards an affirmative attitude of mind that is positive, stable, and above all else, towards a real unity with spirit that is already complete and perfect. We should be able to look a discordant fact in the face and deny its reality, since we know that its seeming reality is borrowed from illusion, from chaos and old night. Our standard is one of perfection. Be ye perfect, even as your God, which is in heaven, is perfect. That's Matthew 5:48. We should be able to look at a wrong condition with the knowledge that we can change it. The realization that we have this ability must be gained by the application of our knowledge. The practice of science of mind calls for a positive understanding of the spirit of truth, a willingness to let this inner spirit guide us with the conscious knowledge that the law of the Lord is perfect, Psalm 19:7, and that we must believe that this to be a fact, in so far As our thought is in accord with this perfect law, it will accomplish, and nothing can hinder it. Emphasis, earnest. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. Matthew 24:35. And said the beautiful Jesus as he strove to teach his disciples the immutability of the law of righteousness. A practitioner must use thought definitely and for specific purposes. And the more definitely they use the law, the more directly it will respond to them. A false start is neither person, place, nor thing to the one who uncovers it. A false fact is neither person, place, nor thing to the one who uncovers it, and once uncovered, it has no place in which to hide. The illusion, seen and understood, is made negative in the experience of the one who suffered by it. While it is true that wrong conditions exist, they could not maintain unless there was someone to experience them. Consequently, the experience must be in consciousness. Change the consciousness and the false condition will disappear. Conditions are not entities. We are entities. Cannot that which is conscious cast out that which has no consciousness? If we properly understood, we would be able to remove false conditions as easily as Jesus did. He knew, but our faith is weak. We must strengthen it, and we can. Let us analyze this. One finds themselves impoverished. They wish to change this condition. They know that it is not in accord with ultimate reality, that the Spirit imposes no limitations. Therefore, they know that their apparent limited condition has no real law to support it. It is simply an experience of consciousness. They wish to a definite result in the opposite direction. First, they realize that the law of life is the law of liberty, of freedom. They now state that this law of liberty is flowing through them and into all their affairs. But the image of the limitation persists. There is a definite contradiction of their statements of freedom. Ooh. And I think I'm going to leave you hanging there. All right. So I'm going to start on the first full paragraph on page 55 tomorrow. I don't want to wear my voice out, and I do have other things that I got to get done today. So that we are about halfway through how it works. So we will start there tomorrow. As of right now, I'm going to do a little housekeeping where I remind you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the Running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. This is being archived on both YouTube channels, so you can, once we get further in, you'll be able to go and look at it however you wish. If there was something that really you want to hear again, that's the way I'm going to do this. If you want to know what's going on with the center, you've got two options. You can email info@creativelife.org, or you can go to our website, because our website's back up, which is creativelife.org. Okay. Beyond that, I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a get this week started right day, a feel better day, a grateful to see the sun day, let's dry things out day, a you got this day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. Or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right, beloveds. I do encourage you, especially while we're doing this, get to know who the divine knows you to be, because this is the only promise I can make you. Only promise I can make you. The person that the divine knows you to be is good. All right? That I can promise you. And from there, anything is possible. Okay. Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I should be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. I want you to take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you tomorrow with the other half of this chapter. All right. Thank you. Know that you're loved. See you next time.